Alright, good morning guys. This is the second phase of it. It's 20 to 7 in the morning. Just to let you know, here with the add questions area, I found the error that was happening. One of the issues was that level was a reserved word. So when I was in my, when I was actually working from the database and I checked the query, it wasn't working. And that was because the word level was a reserved word. When I changed it to LVL, it worked fine. But there was still another error that was occurring. And that error was because I ran a STMan, I used my storage manager and I ran a query. Now if you go to your storage manager, you'll see that it expects a result set to be returned if you're running a query, but we don't want to do that. We're wanting just an update which will return an integer or a, in this case, it will return the ID. If you do an update return ID, it will return the automatically generated ID that is given to that new record, which can sometimes be useful. Or if you just run an update, this will just return a 1 if it's successfully updated, or inserted that one row. So whenever you're doing an insert, an update, or a delete, you should use the update method, not the query method. So those were the two errors there. So the one was just the fact that level was a reserved word, so I had to change that name. And the second one was that I was using update and query. I managed to find that out just now, so I felt a bit silly about that. But anyway, that's RT for you. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be working on the next item. So we now run an insert statement, and the insert works fine. But now what about retrieving questions? So in other words, in my interface, when I would want this to happen, so we're going to continue with our system design document. We're going to now create load questions. Now that would then load the questions and answers in the question and answers array. So I'm going to go into my manager class of I'm going to create my array of question and answers. So private Q&A is equal to new Q&A size 500 semicolon private and counter okay, I could have done this in the actually let me rather do that better programming. Okay, now fail legal start of expression equals. Alright, so we've got this statement here. We've created our array. We would obviously have to create a method saying public void add Q&A, and that would receive a question. Question and answer, and then we would go to our Q&A and we would add it. You guys all know how to do this. You've done this plenty of times before. So Q&A position num Q&A is equal to new Q&A, and we'll send through a string of question and answer. We would then go num Q&A plus plus semicolon. Now we're going to actually have to add questions. Now we're going to create add questions when we receive. So this is adding a question that we want to load questions. We're going to create a method called public void load questions. These load questions, in this case, would receive the topic and the int level and the topic and load the questions from there. So int level, comma, string topic. And now what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to run a query that will load the questions that are here. Now, for the sake of purposes of this video, I'm going to create a toString method that will just show it that it has been loaded. So I'm going to go and say insert generate a toString. I'm then going to create a blank toString, loop through my array. So what I'm doing now is I'm just setting up a structure so I can test whether this part of my program is working. So now I'm just going to say Q&A position I dot toString semicolon and then s all plus equals plus backslash n, and I'd also need to make sure my question and answers has a toString, and that is relatively pretty-ish. So we would just want to have the question and then the answer. I'll actually put the answer on a new line. That's all we'll need. Okay. Now in our manager class, this would read the toString. Now we're going to actually have to physically load the question. So the first thing you do is you're going to come up with the SQL statement. So the SQL statement in this case would just be select what fields do we want from here. So basically all I want is I want question and answer. So in the case of here, it's called question and answer. So select question, comma, answer from TBL crosswords. Make sure your casing is correct. TBL crosswords where topic FK is equal to what has been received through in the topic string. So whatever topic string is through here will be part of the condition that's going on here, comma, and LVL is equal to plus level. So this is just going to check. I am then going to print out this SQL so we can test it if it is working and make sure we're doing it right. So when we do run this method, I can just check if it is running out. We are then going to create a result set. Now this is the difference between the update. We're going to execute it and we're also going to receive a result set back. So we're going to say result set, java.sql result set, and that is going to be result is equal to sdman.query, and you're going to send through that SQL statement. And we have got a result set. Now you'll see it'll say unreported exception. Again, we do not handle it here. We just throw it further down. We'll worry about it later. But we are going to loop through our result set. Now, a result set works very similarly to a text file, except there's such that you don't have to tell it to go to the next. It automatically does. When you do result.next, it checks is there a next and moves to the next. So it's kind of two statements in one, really. So it moves to the next record. And we want string q to equal to result.getString. So you can see I can say what data type I want, I believe it's going to be, and I can say it's column label. So in this case, I want question, semicolon. And the second thing I want, so it's automatically now separated, is answer. So I'll just say result.get. Now you'll see there's other ones, get int, get whatever. So depending on what type you know is going to come through, you would just say get whatever data type it is. And you can give this column label. So in this next statement, I'm going to say answer, semicolon. And now I'm going to send through Q&A through to my add Q&A. I want to send through the question and answer. So I'll add it to the array. And this would loop through this and add all those question and answers to the array based on that level and that topic. So it is as easy as that. I've gone through it quite quickly, but basically you come up with your SQL statement, you query your database with the SQL statement, you loop through the result set, you separate the fields, you then add it into your array. So now I'm only going to get from the question and answer you want. So now in the GUI, if we go to our navigator, it's in our mainframe. When we click play, that was when we would load it. For now, we would have added it in here, but we're not going to add it for now. We're just literally going to create a text area in here just to test it. And with this text area testing it, it's got a 20 by 20. For now, I'm just going to put this to 1 by 1. I'll change it when I actually want to code it, not by turn around. Okay, so now when I press play, I wanted to load this topic in this level when I press play. Now I don't have any actual questions in the database, I'll have to add a few first, but when I double click this, I'll want to run play. Please do not code in here. I want you guys to rather code and methods up the top here. It just makes for easier marking. And what I'm going to do is now my man and load questions. I'm going to send through the level, so the level will, okay, let's just do it from up here, and LVL is equal to, did I rename the spinner? game level dot get value semicolon, and string topic is equal to cmb game topic dot get selected item plus inverted commas. So now I can send through topic and I can send through LVL. So level and the topic will be sent through, and you'll see that it's unhandled exception. So you go to the arrow here and you surround it with a try catch. You then give a nice logical error message to the command line so you can understand where it's going wrong. Play error. So you indicate where it is going through and you make sure that you print out the message. Now, okay, so let's run and see if this is working. All this code is done on the shared drive, so you're able to look at it. Alright, so first I'm just going to add some questions. We don't have any questions in our database now, so let's say hello, and the answer to hello is hello. Okay, add question. Okay, add question. Let's add one more for luck. I don't know how to spell leprechaun. Okay, I won't even try. Lucky, yes. Alright, add. So now we've got 3 questions in the database, and you should see if I close it and reopen up my TBL crosswords. Huh? It hasn't added any in here unless I've got the wrong database open. See which is actually working with, which is very possible. At the moment, there's a synchronization issue that seems to be going on. Anyway, let's see if the play will work. You know what I also didn't do in the play? I loaded the questions, but then I didn't actually update my text area. So text test dot set text to be man dot toString. Okay. So let's close this and open it. Maybe it hasn't actually even inserted correctly, so let's just see what's happening here. Okay, so those 3 should still be here. Play. So I have got them. Manager, storage manager. It's actually using the default toString. It's not actually calling the toString that I've written. Manager. I've overridden my toString. Printing yes all. Oh, nah. That'll explain why. Okay, I really should stop doing this in the mornings. Alright, let's try this again. Play. Now we're feeling lucky. Play. Hey, there's my questions, there's my answers. So you see that it's loaded from the database, the ones here. Yeah, so it's got the results set back, and the select statement works. We run a query with that, and from here it's literally just working with SQL to filter out what you want, your insert statements to work with that, updates if you need updates, that kind of stuff. So those are the 2 main ones you need, and I've got this example. The rest of this I am going to code myself. I'm not going to record it. At the end I'll just do an overview of the whole system once it's working. But I think that's enough for you guys to work on just with regards to the storage side. Obviously you would then have your advanced features of what yours would do. So in my case, the generating the crossword and then instantiating the GUI element, that would be a tricky part. That would be my advanced code there. And these parts so far is just like querying a database, and that's not considered advanced code. That's just what you guys would need to have some form or another inside your code. Alright, have a good day.